Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to episode 3 of my Back to Basics series. If you are new to my page, if I met you today at the Bridal Expo, please come in and say hi. My name is April, and I like to go live here on my Facebook page a couple of times a week, all about makeup and skincare tutorials. Now, if you've been around for the last week or so, you would have seen that I have started my Back to Basics series, and this is a series of quick, short instructional videos that strip out the complications from makeup and skincare, and we go back to basics and back to essentials. We've already done the basic skincare routine and how to cleanse your skin properly, how to determine your skin type, and my essential 5 to get you started. So in that essential 5, I talked about cleansing your skin, which I've already done before I jumped on. So I removed my makeup. So I was at a bridal expo today, so I had full face of makeup on, and I have come home, hence why this is happening here. I've come home, I have removed my makeup. So remember, we talked about removing your makeup and cleansing your skin are two very different things. And then I cleanse my skin. I use my 3-in-1 cleanser, cleanse my skin. All right, now I'm up to the stage where I need to add hydration into my skin. Now, this video today is all about the difference between hydrating and moisturizing, because they are two very, very different things. And I didn't understand that they were even different before I started, but they are two very, very different things. So let's get stuck in. First of all, hydration. So when I talk about hydration in terms of Synergen's products, I'm referring to Climate Control and Nangai oil, which is like next level hydration. When I'm referring to moisturizing, I'm talking about both our daytime and our evening moisturizer. And I'm also going to add in eye cream a little bit as well. Even though it does something else, it is a form of moisturizing and protecting the skin as well. And that's the key word just there, protecting. So moisturizing is all about protecting the skin. It's about locking in hydration that's underneath and works like a force field across the top of your skin to stop all of that moisture content. So we know the moisture level in our skin is an extremely important part of having a healthy skin biome, a healthy skin layer. If you lose moisture content in your skin, you will get fine lines and wrinkles and that crepey, dull appearance to the skin. Now, you guys have probably heard me use the analogy of grapes, sultanas, and cornflakes. So a brand new skin cell takes about 28 days to come to the surface of the skin. So a brand new skin cell is bursting with moisture. It's full of hydration. And as that skin cell comes to the surface, it starts to shrivel up, turns into more like a dried sultana, shrivels up even further, and turns into that crusty cornflake on the top of the skin. So also, like, if you think of like if you have a balloon, you've had a party and you've left the balloons hanging up all over the place and you haven't taken the balloons down, and you know how after a while the balloon starts to like lose air and they start to look a bit flat, and the surface of the balloon goes all crepey and wrinkly. That's what happens to your skin. It loses that content inside that skin cell. And in this case, it's got to be our moisture content. It's got to be our hydration. And so the top of our skin gets that bumpy surface to it, the fine lines and wrinkles, and the dull appearance. So what we want to do immediately after we've cleansed, we want to add hydration, and then we want to protect that hydration, which is our moisturizing. So we're going to talk about that in 2 different steps. So Climate Control. Now, I know a lot of you guys already have Climate Control. This is our most popular skincare product. This is the best-selling skincare product across the board with Synergens for a reason. This is super duper hydration. This is designed, I'm going to do 3 sprays with a really small molecular weight in it. So it's designed to penetrate right down into the lower levels of my skin cells. Okay, so that's going to keep them super plump and super juicy. So as those skin cells move up to the surface of my skin, I'm going to have less fine lines and wrinkles and that fresh, dewy glow. And you can already see how hydrated that is. Now, instantaneously, that feels so good. It's like a gel. It kind of has that aloe feel to it. It's not greasy at all. It really soaks right in and super, super hydrating. Fantastic for rosacea, eczema, sunburn, that type of thing as well. Now, if you want next level hydration, and this is for no matter what skin type you are, we have a product called Nangai oil. Now, it is an oil, comes in a little dropper like this, and it is made from the seed of the Nangai tree. They call it Vanuatu's almond because it's the seed of the Nangai tree, which is from Vanuatu. Now, this is next level hydration. So this is particularly good not only for those who have dry skin type, but also remember it's a myth that even if you are an oily skin type, that you don't need hydration. It is extremely important that you add hydration into the skin, no matter what skin type you are. As a normal to oily skin type, you produce an excess of oil. So you would think, why do I want to add more oil if I'm already producing too much oil? It's really important to make sure that you are flushing out the pores and keeping the pores clean. Okay? If you are a dry skin type, one of the amazing benefits of Nangai oil, now I'm just going to let that sit for just a moment, okay? Now, this does feel like a macadamia oil, like it has that feel to it, but it is not greasy, which I don't like the stuff that feels like really greasy on the skin. So I'm just going to let that sit just for a minute, and you'll be able to see quite quickly how that really penetrates into the skin and keeps it really hydrated underneath. Okay? Now, Nangai oil is chock full of triglycerides. Now, triglycerides are they help to protect the water loss of the skin. So they're like a fatty acid and they help to protect the water loss of the skin. Now, the thing about Nangai oil, I'm just going to, there was, so where was my, so Nangai oil, it creates a barrier to prevent the moisture loss. But triglycerides are chock full of, I'm going to forget my words. There's, oh golly gosh, again, brain fade still. They are super soothing and calming for the skin as well. So they help to protect that moisture loss from underneath. And I'm going to actually, hang on, give me 2 secs. Let me bring this up so I make sure I remember. Yeah, they perform a barrier on the skin that stops water from evaporating at the same time, absorbs quickly without feeling greasy or heavy. Just like I said, exactly what I just said, April. I am feeling better, still not 100%, but I am feeling better, but you know, brain fade. Okay, so that's our hydration. Now you can see already that as it's sat, it's soaking right in. Okay, so that's going down to that cellular level. That's going right down into the bottom layers of skin and keeping them really, really hydrated. Now, the thing is, if I add hydration to my skin, there is nothing to stop that from evaporating and leaving the skin, which is what Nangai oil does. Like I said, it creates that barrier. And that's where you need a moisturizer. So going in with a moisturizer that is a much heavier molecular weight, and that's why our evening moisturizers are a thick cream in the tub. All of the different skincare ranges are a thick cream. And these go on and they not only work to protect the barrier underneath so that we're not losing that hydration underneath, but they work to stop as a force field as well. So imagine floating around in the environment, you've got all your little free radicals, all your little Pac-Man that are floating around. And remember, I've talked about this analogy before, but those little Pac-Man are floating around and they're going to be floating around together in pairs, and then sometimes they separate from one another and they're going to go and try to attack your healthy collagen and elastin overnight whilst you're sleeping. So having a protective barrier across the top of your skin not only locks that hydration underneath, so my hydration can't escape out of my skin, but it also works to protect my skin from the environmental factors that are going to try to attack my face overnight whilst I'm sleeping or during the day. UV, sun damage, pollution, and the free radicals that are going to try to come and eat your collagen and elastin in your skin. Okay, so super duper important. If you're using hydration, you must lock it in with a moisturizer afterwards. Okay, now finally for hydration, I am just going to also do my eye cream. Now in between those two steps, so in between my hydration and my moisturizing, that's when I would have normally done my treatments, but we're keeping this as basics. Yeah, so in between, that's where I would have done my eye serum, my anti-wrinkle serum, my retinol, things like that. But because we're talking hydration and moisturizing for this video, let's have a quick little chat about an eye cream. Now, eye creams, this particular eye cream, you can see it's very firm in the tub, so I melt it between my ring fingers. This eye cream is designed to work at the different molecular levels underneath your eye. So remember, the skin that we have here is very thin and delicate. The skin under our eye is very different to skin on other areas of our body. Now, because we are blinking and squinting and moving around all day long, the layers of skin that we have here underneath our eyes need to stay moisturized and lubricated. If these layers of skin, again, it's kind of like I said, like with my sore jaw at the moment, like having, you know, the cartilage between a knee joint. If you've got a bone and you've got no cartilage in between and the bones are rubbing together. Not that we have bone that I'm referring to, but the skin underneath our eyes. If you imagine that our skin is 3 main layers, we have more than that, but 3 main layers. And the blinking and squinting and everything that we do on a daily basis, this is the area that is going to show signs of aging first of all. So we need to keep those layers of skin in between each layer as hydrated as what we possibly can. And this eye cream is designed really cleverly with a bunch of different molecular weights in it. So it goes right down into the lower level of your skin and keeps the layers in between lubricated. And then it has another molecular weight that goes into the next layer and keeps those layers of skin lubricated. So as those layers are moving back and forth with the friction underneath your eyes, you're helping to keep that hydration, nice even blood flow under your eyes, and less puffiness, less fine lines and wrinkles, and again, that hydrated, dewy glow. So I hope that that helps understand the difference between hydrating and moisturizing. Now, again, like I said, normally I would put my treatments on in between, and I'm always going to finish with my overnight lip mask to hydrate my lips as well. So this is again going to work. This works in 2 ways. So this works to penetrate into my lips. So it's designed with shea butter, vitamin E, and all sorts of other amazing ingredients. And it smells like watermelon. It's just absolutely divine. And it is designed to go down into the lips to keep them really hydrated underneath. But it also works as a protective barrier across the top of the lips too. So again, it helps not only for like sun damage throughout the day, but it works to lock in that hydration underneath. So there you go. I hope that that was helpful for you. So hydration and moisturizing. Now you know they're 2 very different things, 2 very important things. But again, your makeup will never be a 10 if your skincare is a 2. Look after what you've got underneath. Drink plenty of water. Again, something that I'm super guilty of. The more hydrated that your skin is at a cellular level, the better your makeup will sit and look and feel. So yeah, okay. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I hope you had a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all in the next couple of days. Bye.